Alrighty guys, we're back for some zero rare tempo, and this is a Tales of Middle-earth Alchemy Brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? This one's based around scrying, so we have Arwen. It's a 2-mana 2/2 legendary creature. Now we do have all 4 of them, even though it's legendary. I think it's going to be a very important card in here. Whenever you scry, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Nice. That has a bottom ability. I don't know how often we activate this, but it's on here. So for 4, a green and a blue, you can scry 2. Yeah, not a bad creature at all, guys. It's an uncommon. Another key player in this one is going to be Nimrodel Watcher. It's a 2-mana 2/1. Whenever you scry, Nimrodel Watcher gets +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. This ability triggers only once each turn. Having a couple of these down and then scrying and then just suddenly swinging at your opponent's face for 6 unblockable damage sounds really good, man. Then if you have Arwen on the board too, you're slapping your counters onto these Watchers as well. That sounds just powerful, I guess, and this is only a common, so we'll see. And there's some more new stuff here. Consul's Deliberation is a 2-mana instant speed. Draw a card. Whenever you scry, if you control an island, you may exile Consul's Deliberation from your graveyard. If you do, draw a card. Seems pretty good, man. We do have 12 islands in here. I think we're going to be activating this often. I don't think it's worth the 4 of, and maybe dropping down to 2 for like more protection for our creatures or more counter spells or something would be better, but I don't know. I think this will really help us keep our hand nice and stocked up. More new stuff. We got Greyhaven's Navigator. It's a 3-mana 3/2 with flash. That's important. When Greyhaven's Navigator enters the battlefield, scry 1. Nice. Yeah, that flash is kind of insane, so nice. That is also only a common, so very budget-friendly deck so far. We got 4 Saruman's Trickery. This is a 3-mana instant speed counter target spell and then a mass orcs 1. So whenever you amass orcs, you put a +1/+1 counter on an army you control. It's also an orc. If you don't control an army, you create a 0/0 black orc army creature token first. I think this just looks like a really powerful counter spell, but it could also be replaced with your counter spell of choice. Like if you don't want to spend the uncommon wild cards on this, whatever counterspell you want would work here, honestly. So, okay, Bronze Walrus is one we don't see too often. It's a 3-mana artifact creature. It's a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you scry 2. Nice. Then you can tap it to add 1 mana of any color. Yeah, solid little creature here, man. Celeborn the Wise is a 4-mana 3/3 legendary creature. We have 3 of them in here. Whenever you attack with 1 or more elves, scry 1. Whenever you scry, Celeborn the Wise gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each card looked at while scrying this way. Seems like a really solid creature. It is also only uncommon. Again, like the Nimrodel Watchers seem pretty insane. Like if you go turn 2 Watcher, turn 3 Watcher, and then keep protection open or something. Turn 4 Celeborn is crazy because you don't even need something to scry in your hand at that point. Yeah, you just play the Celeborn, swing in with your Watchers. They're both elves, so you scry 1. I think everything is an elf in here, by the way. Well, except for the walrus, of course. Yeah, all the creatures are elves. This is an elf pilot, which is cool. This is an elf scout. This is an elf noble. And this is also an elf noble. So only the walruses aren't elves. Anyways, yeah, you get that scry. All of a sudden, these get +1/+0, and they can't be blocked. It just seems like relatively solid, man. Tempo builds happen to be pretty fun, man, because they're the mixture of aggressiveness and control. So happens to be pretty fun for me. Okay, we got 4 Fading Hopes. We don't got to go over this card, but you know, if the mana value is 3 or less, you get that scry 1. It's going to be beautiful in here. Then I'm opting for Slip Out the Back as our choice removal. I think it's going to be pretty solid, putting those extra +1/+1 counters on like the Watchers. Again, like I just feel like the unblockable on this is going to be insane. whenever the opponent tries to remove it, you just slip it out the back, and that sounds like a big old pain in the butt because next turn maybe you scry and now you're doing even more counter damage with these. Maybe you got that Arwen on the board too, buffing it. I don't know, like, I'm actually expecting a little bit from this build. If anything holds it up, it might be the mana base. We have 4 Thornwood Falls, a couple Crystal Grottos, which when it enters the battlefield, you scry 1, which could be really good. Tap it for a colorless, or tap 1, tap it, add 1 mana of any color. You have a Brokers Hideout in here. Just as a one-of, you can grab a forest or an island with it. 4 forests, 12 islands. Obviously, the legendary lands are rare, and this is a 0 rare tempo, so the first thing you want to upgrade, if you have them, is a better mana base, right? Better dual lands that don't always come out tapped, and of course, the legendaries here too. Now, do note that any islands you end up dropping technically makes the console's Deliberation a little bit weaker because you do have to have that island on the board when you scry, so we'll see. There might be like a balance to find over there, right? Which is another reason why the 1 Broker's Hideout could be good too. You can always grab that island for the console's Deliberation as well. So no honorable mentions today, guys. I mean, we can kind of, there's not too much to go over. Like there's other scrying commons and scrying uncommons that we could have looked at, but they just didn't make the cut for a bunch of different reasons. Usually the honorable mentions are in the honorable mentions for a good reason, and I just didn't have a really good reason for a lot of the commons and uncommons that I did not choose for the build, right? They're just a little bit too weak to try, realistically. Anyways, guys, this was a pretty easy one to go over, huh? I think it's going to be a relatively easy one to pilot, too. Hopefully, I think so. Oh, I didn't talk about the 4 make disappears. Yeah, 8 counter spells total. That's way more counter spells than I usually play with, but I think these are going to be super important, especially to play alongside, like, the flash creature Grey Havens, right? 23 total land, I think that's totally fine. The Bronze Walrus kind of ramps us up, too, and maybe we use that extra mana for the bottom ability on the Arwen or something. Realistically, you just want to always keep mana open for either a counterspell or protection, like slip out the back. So, okay, guys, let's go ahead, take this into some Alchemy ranked, and see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first game, guys. You never know with the Alchemy videos. They might end up being edited videos where these middle sections need edited out. The last time we played Alchemy, though, I'm pretty sure we found a match easily every time. So we'll see. We'll see. If you see me rambling here, that means we found a match in no time. If you don't see me, well, that means we had to edit another Alchemy video, which is very possible, man. There was actually just an update. 30 seconds. Oh, that's pretty bad. That's a long time, isn't it? Well, luckily we do have chapters down at the bottom, but we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the games are found. Thornwoods, we got our island. Good hand. We go first, too. Nice. Let's do this, man. See what the opponent's bringing to the table. All right. Well, I'd like to get another land for protection, but since we have double Arwen, I think it's totally fine to get that down. You never know, they might not have removal for it. Oh, well, not yet at least. Start with the swing, right? Nothing? Again, I'd like that third land to have slip out the back, but see if this gets countered. A glorious gale. The ring tempts the... Okay, well then. Yeah, hopefully no removal for the Arwen then. Okay. Well, I really would like some mana. We do have 23 in here. The Walrus ramps, but you need 3 for the Walrus, so... Uh-oh, I suppose, right? At least the Arwen survived so far. No targets for the Fading Hope kind of sucks. They're gonna pass it back, aren't they? Oh no. Okay, there's a land. Nice. Well, if we get Bronze Walrus down first, we do get the Scry too, so we get the extra counter for the swing. But it probably doesn't survive then. Keeping slip out the back still seems a little better. Whatever. Let's do this, man. We actually get to, like, play a creature, so let's do that. Missing a couple turns of land drops was really bad, so at this point we just gotta go for it. Make disappear. Oh my goodness, no burn for the Arwen yet? Just a couple counter spells from the opponent so far. Land, pass, land, pass. Oh! Burn down the house. Dude, nice. They're not concerned about Arwen at all. See, that would have been great to have like the counter spell open, so that's really something to consider. Again, we just kind of gotta go for it, man. We get the scry on this because Elves. Saruman's Trickery is pretty good, but I'm just gonna send it. We have one in hand. Extra damage. Nice. Down to 11. Yeah, we didn't really get to do the whole tempo side of this. We're just like struggling to land creatures and stuff. Okay, hopefully Burn Down the House number 2 doesn't land, because it wipes the board and they get an extra 3 from their devils. Oh my goodness, well, that happened. That's where Slip Out the Back really would have come in handy. Or, again, keeping like a Saruman's Trickery open, so... We'll see, we'll see. Yeah, I don't mind the land here. Slip Out the Back is available now. And Fading Hope on some Devil tokens wouldn't be terrible. Fiery Inception. Oh, nice. Okay, now we're getting a clearer picture as to what they're playing over there. I just recorded an Is It Control for Standard this week. Crap, dude, nothing for us to do. It's like whenever we keep the protection actually open. We have 6 mana for the scry. I'm gonna keep the Saruman's Trickery though back this time. Down to 9. We have a chance, but I don't know. It really, like, I feel like the opponent has to get really unlucky. A 6, but then we don't have mana open if they go for spot removal. No, we better not. We better not. Nice flash. Okay. That's really good. Go for the swing. See what happens. Flash this down, get a scry. Put counter on Arwen. We still have Saruman's Trickery open. Alright, let's see that scry. Bronze Walrus. That's actually not bad for next turn, man. Do I keep this? I'm gonna keep it. Our little walrus buddy. Still got the Fading Hope, still got the Slip Out the Back. Like, this is great. We have great stuff in hand right now for protection. This is where now the tempo side of things might actually... yeah, we probably counter that, right? What if they have the 3rd Burn Down the House, though? Now I'm concerned. But this could have helped them find the... Okay, so this is 6 mana instant. Seek 3 non-land cards, then non-land cards in your hand perpetually... Darn it, it is the... it is the 3rd Burn Down the House, guys. Oh my goodness, man. Well, luckily the scrying can help us find something good. Oh, Watcher's good. Maybe. Yeah, Watcher's fine. Yeah. Okay, well, hopefully there's only 1 burn. I still think it was the counter on this. Seeking 3 non-land cards, I mean, that's too much, right? What's this do? X damage to target creature where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Oh, wow, excess damage is dealt. Wow. Oh, I like that, opponent. I like that. Okay. I'm gonna protect the walrus, buddy. Slip Out the Back's great here because... No. Spell Pierce. Wait, Spell Pierce is only 2. We're taking so much damage here, though. Yeah, we have the 2. I'm doing that. No, they have a second one. Guys, this lined up really nicely for the opponent. Oh, and this fiery encryption or whatever it is. Yeah, inscription. GG, opponent. Wow, that was a game. That really could have gone either way. You guys gotta agree with me there, right? I feel like that lined up for the opponent. Like the 3rd Burn Down the House was perfect for them and everything there too. So, and like, I guess I could have played it out a little differently to try to keep our tempo pieces open instead of... Yeah, no, I don't know. Missing the land earlier, too. I feel like we did great there, honestly. So, yeah. See if we can get right into that next game here. I feel like one of the best ways to play Alchemy is actually to go budget, right? Because a lot of people don't play Alchemy because of all the extra cards that you gotta get for it and everything. So, I mean, budget kind of bypasses that, right? No green source. Got the Scry on the Walrus. Sure. Why not, man? I mean, it's like, it's not a bad hand. It might be a bad hand without the green source, but we're really just splashing the green for a couple cards anyways. And there's one of them. But yeah, like the Scry on the Bronze Walrus could help us find the green source if we really, really need it. Well, this might get countered, but... Oh, it lands. Nice. Forsaken Crossroads on blue. Fading Hope, huh? Okay. Okay, some Alchemy mono blue. Oh, never mind. I thought maybe the Crossroads was in here to always call blue for the extra potential for scrying or something. Oh. Oh, yeah, no. Forsaken Crossroads is rare. I was going to say, yeah, that could be a good upgrade for this deck, though. Oracle. Ew. Ew, that's gross. Got a control deck, guys. And I think the opponent went first here, too, so this is going to be an uphill battle for sure. Speaking of upgrades, Oracle might be a neat one to consider, because you get the Scry 1 when you attack, but it seems relatively unnecessary. Whatever we try might get countered immediately. So instead of the Wise here, I like keeping Fading Hopes and going Walrus. Fading Hope could protect something from a potential board wipe or something that I'm missing next turn, right? And the Scry 2 on Walrus is really good. And the ramp too. Yeah, get these land out of here. I don't think we need them. Brokers Hideout could help us thin, but yeah, now. Now we're looking for more. Yeah, we're looking for more overall. Seek new knowledge. Seek 2 non-land cards, then put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. Okay. That seems pretty good. That seems solid. Oh, it's uncommon too. Ooh. Nice. Oh, they actually found a Fading Hope too. Aww. Oh, man. Alright. Well, at least we got our Fading Hopes open to send the Walrus back if we need to protect it for some reason. Oh, jeez. Alright, 2 Fading Hopes gone, though. That's good news. They found their Mock Sapphire. We really don't want to Fading Hope the Oracle. Unless we're about to perish for some reason. The One Ring comes down. Okay, this is all going to be an uphill battle for sure, man. So many reasons to potentially just consider keeping counterspells open instead, you know? A counterspell for the One Ring would have been much better than going Walrus and just letting them immediately send Watcher back anyways. So it's something to consider for sure. Alright, let's get our green source down. We're going to get the Watcher back onto the board, and we have 3 open for the Trickery, and we could keep 4 for Trickery and Fading Hope if we don't want to swing with Walrus. Or we could just play the Celeborn, too. At any... Oh, we don't swing with Walrus this turn anyways. One Ring protects them. What do you guys suppose the odds are that they just drop a board wipe next turn? Yeah, I'm going to keep Trickery open. And we'll have Fading Hope open too. Yeah, no point in swinging with Walrus. Get the card draw on the One Ring. Displacer Kitten. Okay. I should probably read this. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Okay, I'll counter that. We get an extra creature from this too, and we still have Fading Hope open. They go for the draw here. Okay, and if they swing, then we have a pretty good swing next turn. We drop Celeborn down, Watcher. Oh my goodness. Okay, they found an Emerald already too. Scary business, dude. Uh-huh. Now we could Fading Hope their Oracle and let them play it out next turn. Actually, that's not that bad, is it? This might be our only chance for a good swing. Because we get a Scry, Celeborn comes down. Second Celeborn, we should send that. We're looking for something. I don't exactly know what the something is, but... Also could have done that on our turn, but remember, this is only once each turn anyways, so it's not like we're doing extra damage there. Yeah, more land off the top happens to be really, really bad, guys. Fading Hope not protecting much here. Letting them recast Oracle is sketchy, I suppose. See, this would have been so much better. Oh my goodness. Well, it's not like we could have played it anyways without keeping the Bronze Walrus back or not playing Celeborn the Wise, so this is fine. Good swing. Fading Hope still technically has a chance of Fading Hope number 3. This poor Watcher is really struggling. Oh my goodness, dude. Alright, well, we get 3 damage through. If they take a turn, they have 6 mana total, so I guess that's really bad. Yeah, these extra emeralds and everything, yeah. We'll see, we'll see. We get Watcher down. If they have a board wipe, this is heavily leaning towards the opponent anyways, so we gotta get everything onto the board. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. Meathook Massacre exists over here, and it just completely ripped our board state apart. What were we gonna do, though? Keep Watcher back in hand. I guess Fading Hope could have dropped to save something. I guess? Alright, well, pass it back to them. You never know, the One Ring might end them before they can end us, so we'll see. I really doubt it, though. I really, really doubt it. I'm almost positive they have ways to take care of this One Ring. It could be as simple as just playing the second one, right? Down to 10. But you never know. They might not find the second one, or they might not find a way around the One Ring. I'm not convinced by a concede here yet. They have the Mox Jet, Mox Emerald, and the Mox Sapphire so far. Yeah, this Seek New Knowledge card seems really good. Okay, pumping more, and then they go for a draw on the One Ring, right? To try to draw into some of those, like take an extra turn and stuff, which extra turns could be detrimental when you have the One Ring on the board. Draw a card. If Piece It Together's intensity is 4, then take an extra turn. It's only 1 currently. Okay, they go for the draw here. It's up to 4. Like I said, it's possible that we could get there. Like, they don't know that Grey Havens is hitting next turn. Okay, they are taking an extra turn. Yep. Not much we could do about that. Black Lotus hits the table. One Ring's gonna do 4 to them if they don't get rid of it now. It's the 5 mana, 6 mana because of the Black Lotus. Yeah, One Ring number 2, and that's the concede, right? Yeah, let's hop out of this one, guys. Generally speaking, I don't like to concede, and I like to let the opponents play it out, but we don't know how long it's actually going to take them to deal 17 damage, because they haven't shown that they actually have anything else to swing in with and stuff, or things to do damage with, for that matter, so I don't know. I feel like that could be a really, really long game. And so, onwards to the next one, guys. That was another one that felt a little bit like... I want to call it unfair, but I understand how Magic the Gathering works sometimes, so I don't necessarily want to use the term unfair. But like there's just like the opponent had stuff when they needed to have stuff. which I guess we have to expect sometimes, though, so... I'm thinking of upgrades for the build, and I think that takes away part of the soul of the build, too. I think part of the soul of this build, just having 0 rares and everything working really well together, is actually just really nice. You know what I mean? The biggest upgrades is definitely the mana base. At that point, I can't really recommend trading anything else out yet. More testing's required, you know? Good hand. We go first. Dude, let's go. Let's go. This is good. We should have protection open. Oh, well, that would have been good turn 1. I'd like to have protection open. It's probably Watcher over Arwen, because what ends up happening here, they already have something for a Watcher, really? I guess there is the, yeah, Fragment Reality is a 1-mana instant. We have no 1-drop creatures, guys. Oh, no. That happens to be really good. I mean, it's kind of like just having a turn 1 cut down then, I guess, in this case. But yeah, that's particularly bad for us. Good news, guys. We have Slip Out the Back available, so if they have another Fragment Reality, which they're not going to, but still, if they have something that actually hits the Arwen, which it doesn't look like they do. Oh no, guys, this is what I mean by things just don't line up sometimes. Yeah, we'll get this down. Oh, you know what we could have done? That's my bad. That's fine, that's fine. It doesn't matter too much. We could have gone consoles. No, yeah, we didn't want to do that. Never mind, that's risky. Yeah, if we would have done this, then we could have seen an untapped land, played it, and then had the Make Disappear open still. Well, good news, Arwen survived. And we didn't even need the Slip Out the Back. Really? Just 3, huh? I'm actually just going to go for the draw on the Deliberation here over the Greyhaven's Navigator. That might seem silly, but if I play the Navigator and then they have spot removal on top of the stack, then we wouldn't have the Slip Out the Back available. So hopefully that is acceptable, an acceptable line of play. Now's the time for the tempo to kick in, man. Make Disappear. We might honestly want to keep that. Nah. Nah, not this time. I already have a counterspell in hand. We have an island, so we can successfully draw on the Deliberation, which is really powerful. Oh, I should have kept the Make Disappear on top. We have a Greyhaven's Navigator to flash down if we want to do 4 this turn. But I'd rather flash it down next turn. I'd rather just keep everything open. If we do this, then we only have 2 mana for a Make Disappear. Or the... Oh, wow, another Union of the Third Path. Well, they're going back up to 28. We could get there. Found their 4th. So keeping everything open lets us... Okay. They're passing. Alright, we're going to attempt... Let's tap this properly. We're going to attempt the Greyhaven's Navigator. Get that extra scry, extra counter. Probably split the counters here. Nope, get off of the top of my deck. You do not belong there. Still have Slip Out the Back available and Make Disappear. They end up passing. 3rd Slip Out the Back. Sure, why not? Why not? We do have the Scry on the Arwen here, but we're just going for the 7 swing and countering a Wandering Emperor if it lands. Nope, back down to 21. End turn. The 3rd Union of the Third Path. I would not be surprised. The triple Slip Out the Backs is actually really good, man. Like, it's really good, because we can double down. Like, this is a lot of great tempo in our hand. They gained so much life, though, so we might still be struggling, but... Saruman's Trickery. Does it Make Disappear or Slip Out the Back number 2? slip out the back number 2. Protect Arwen at all costs. Yeah, I think that's fine. So yeah, like I said, the triple slip out the back happened to be pretty good. They swing for 1 instead of keeping a blocker. I mean, they are at 21 still, so... The 1 ring. Yeah, nope. Nope, that's a counter. The tempo side of things is working well, man. Oh no, more land, bro. That's so bad. Except we do get to keep a blue source open for slip out the back and activate the scry. We're doing it. Watcher's good. Deliberation's good. Watcher on top is fine. I would. Well, maybe I should have looked for. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Having only the slip out the back means a board wipe could easily hit, and I don't really know which one to protect. Maybe I should have put that extra counter on Arwen too. And Watcher wouldn't do too much if a board wipe does land, so this could be really bad. Divine Purge. Third slip out the back on the Arwen. Come on, land. Come on. Hit it. Hit it. No, they still have something. Soul Partition. Well, it is what it is, guys. We gotta get as much down as possible here. 1, 2. Go. We could go Watcher and Navigator, but then all of our scry abilities are gone. Like, I guess it would be better to go Arwen and Watcher and really just hope that they don't have more. Like, we've had to use all of the protection so far. I don't know how much they gained on Union, but how important is that life gain sometimes, guys? Really, really important. Second Divine Purge. Okay, well, it's leaning towards the opponent heavily. Why is this still only 4? Shouldn't it do that again? This spell costs 2 more to cast. Like, shouldn't that be on there twice? I guess it's not, so, I mean... Yeah, it's only 4 mana. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Man, they've really had it. Watcher. Man, this is rough, dude. This is an uphill battle on so many levels. They still have 2 cards in hand, too. Ooh, Celeborn, that's good. How much land do we got? Not enough to play both. This has Flash 2. Scry 1, 3, 2. I think Celeborn's just better to get down here, huh? Well, hopefully it lands. They still have 2 cards in hand. And they only played 2 of their Trickeries. And 2 of their Fragment Realities. And only 1 of the 1 rings. And only 2 Divine Fire. Dude, this is disgusting on so many levels, opponent. This is so gross. Get the Scry. Greyhaven's Navigator. Yeah. I think any creature's worth keeping on top. And the extra scrying is really good too, so 3 damage gets through. They still have something. No, they don't. We got 3 damage through. They're down to 9. Gandalf the White hits the table as a 4/5. So they had Flash. Okay. Legendary permanent or an artifact entering or leaving the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger. That ability triggers an additional time. They only have 1 card in hand, guys. Let's start with the Scry on the expensive Greyhavens and see what happens. Bro, for real? Oh my goodness. And they get a card draw here too. This card, I keep bringing this up, but this card looks really good. Well, we're not going to be able to get... We do have the extra Scry if they end up blocking there. Be a 4/4. It depends what they drew. We got to risk it, guys. We got to try to take out that Gandalf. And then we flash down our Greyhavens. They don't know we have it. 3 from Watcher, and then they block with Gandalf, and then we make the Celeborn a 5/5 off the Scry. And like I said, we risk it. We don't know what's in their hand. They drew something. Did they? No. It couldn't have been a land? Guys, this is rough, man. Still worth the risk, right? I think so. I think, oh, well, there's their land. 2 reprieves. We still have the scry, so Watcher's still getting through. Now they're panicking, right? Now they're like, okay, we gotta get this damage through. I mean, they also know we have this, though, so Fading Hope's really good. Let's make sure we, like, tap properly. We need as many blue sources open as possible. Yeah, they know we have the scry, so they knew Watcher was getting through. Trickery, that would have been great. Oh my goodness. Come on, guys, let's get there against control, huh? We still have this Grey Havens to flash down, too. And Fading Hope to protect our Watcher if we really need to. Go for the swing. We let this happen. Grey Havens needs to come down after a board wipe. Like, they Divine Purge again, and then Grey Havens drops. But a Divine Purge doesn't... Like, they risked it by swinging with Gandalf then, so they might still have one more thing in hand. I don't think they do. Guys, this might be the swing. We got there. Let's go. Budget tempo versus just, oh my goodness, control, huh? I couldn't be happier right now, man. Look at this. 3 Divine Purges in there. The Unions, like, we had to do so much extra damage. Oh my goodness. That was proof of concept for the build, guys. That was beautiful. Okay, we're 36 minutes in. Let's do this. Let's try to get one more game in, and let's try to see another variety of a deck, huh? I've been really enjoying these. Like, we've been doing 1 or 2 Alchemy videos a week since the Lord of the Rings set came out, and it's been a good time, man. I feel like there has been more people playing Alchemy since the Lord of the Rings came out, because it's only been taken, like, yeah, 20 to 30 seconds to find the games. Hopefully, right? But yeah, that reminds me, guys, if I don't end up editing out these middle sections, always make sure you check the bottom of the video. There are there's timestamps in the description, and then at the bottom of the video there are chapters as well. Always feel free to skip ahead. You never know if I end up editing out the middle sections. Generally speaking, I talk through the middle sections anyways, and as far as I can tell, you guys don't mind, so yeah, it depends. When we did the early access, it took, like, you know, upwards of 2 minutes sometimes to find an opponent, so that was definitely an edited video. Except the matches, of course, I kept in. Opponent goes first. It's not a bad hand. This is like one of those concerning hands where, what if we don't see our 3rd mana for a couple turns again, and then, well, we got our 3rd, but we definitely prefer blue source. Okay, Fading Hope's open. Do we just... Yeah, we can't even wait for 3 to keep protection open. Oh, there's our blue source. Okay. Oh, yeah, Grixis. Dude, we wait. We wait. That's completely fine. We get Watcher down, it dies this turn. For sure. Siphon Insight. Oh, my goodness. The good news, guys, they're not going to be hitting any rares or mythics, so... What are you? 3 mana, Titan of Waves. That's a cool name, man. Okay, anyways. 3 mana, 3/3. At the beginning of your end step, you may discard a card. If you do, create a treasure token and choose Ambitious or Expedient. Whatever this is, I don't want it here. We're sending it back to their hand. Fading Hope. Okay, I'm gonna keep that. Seems like it might be might come in handy. Slip out the back, and Fading Hope number 2 is available. Anyways, I'm going to try to finish reading. I didn't want to hold up the opponent too long. If you choose Ambitious, seek a card with greater mana value than the discarded card. If you choose Expedient, seek a card with lesser mana value than the discarded card. Huh. This is going to be one of those that I need to see in action. Hopefully this isn't a cut down on top of Slip Out the Back, guys. Like, we know these style of decks, man. Woohoo! Oh, okay, good. Another island is really good. Saruman's Trickery we should keep open. Yeah. I'd like to get the extra damage with the Scry off the Watcher, but we're going to need a counterspell. And I think they might have missed a land last turn. So the Trickery is like, counterspells are devastating when you miss a land. So just keeping that open is just so gross on so many levels, man. Like, we've been on this side of the table many times, and we know how rough it is to get countered when you're missing land, so yeah, we'll counter that. Protecting Watcher is pretty huge. We get an extra little 1/1. We got the Fading Hope. Walrus comes down. Hopefully we find more protection. GG opponent, man. Hey. Some Simic tempo doing a thing here in Alchemy for the end of the video. I'm happy, man. I'm satisfied. We are 40 minutes in, however, so I want to talk about the build again. Let's do this, and I guess we could talk about potential upgrades, but again, I brought this up somewhere in the middle of the video about how... Well, let's get to the deck first before I go rambling. Okay. Here's the deck list again, guys. Well, this was a fun time, huh? Yeah, for the first couple games, or the first couple losses, it really just lined up for the opponents a little bit too well, and I brought that up, right? It just seemed to line up just perfectly for them a few times. And the last couple games really showcased the tempo side of things, which is, you know, tempo is so much fun. It really is, because you get to do the aggressive stuff that we love to do, but then also just annoy the heck out of the opponents. Like, they annoy us all the time with their counter spells, you know what I mean? So it happens to be pretty fun, and it just like a really good change of pace. So if you upgrade the deck and add more rare cards that can help you scry, or more rare cards that help you have tempo, you're kind of getting rid of part of the soul of the build. And if you're playing Alchemy, Alchemy is an expensive format, and there's a lot of cards to look into and a lot of rares that you might potentially have to spend on, you know, spend your wild cards for. So like going budget, I mean, it's kind of like the way to go for Alchemy. If you haven't tried it, like, try budget instead. You know, a lot of people, I don't know. I like this was just a really fun time, first of all. Let's go over the individual cards first before I get too lost here. Arwen was excellent. Watcher did a thing, bro. That unblockable's really good. You could protect it, and it's solid. With all the removal we went up against today here in Alchemy, the fourth slip out the back seems almost necessary. What would I drop? Probably one Bronze Walrus. You're getting rid of part of the Scry synergy, but I don't know if 4 was necessary, and I do know one thing. The protection was super duper necessary, and the protection... You count the counter spells as protection as well, of course, right? Like, if they try to remove it, counter it, or counter the removal. So I still think Slip Out the Back is just, it was just so good today. The extra counters on the Watcher and everything. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Fourth Slip Out the Back. That's the first thing. And the biggest upgrade is mana base. You upgrade the mana base, make sure you still have a decent number of islands. That way you still have Consul's Deliberation here. But, like, the draw a card, and then, like, if you scry and stuff, it didn't seem as good as... Let me see. Hold on. Where is it? This. We saw an opponent play this. 2 mana instant speed, seek 2 non-land cards, then put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. So, it's technically like draw 1, but you're seeking 2 non-land cards. So you're not going to find land off of this, where you could just draw a bunch of land off of Deliberation. And then at the same time, you're just drawing the 1 at first. Eventually, you need the Scry, and you need an island on the board, too, to eventually draw that second card. Other than that, I think either one, yeah. I think this is solid. If you do end up dropping these, I could see dropping the 3, going up 2 Seek New Knowledge, and then going up the 4 Slip Out the Back. That would be pretty easy, instead of dropping, like, the Walrus or something. I like Consul's Deliberation, though, and I guess it depends what you have, too. I know if you're, like, brand new to Arena, the uncommon wild cards can be pretty hard to come by for a little while, so... yeah, Seek New Knowledge. This was a solid one that the opponents played. I really like that it hits non-land cards, and for anyone who doesn't play too much Alchemy, Seeking is to seek a card, put one at random from your library into your hand. Seeking 2 of them, putting 1 on the bottom. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Other than that, yeah, the Deliberation is still completely fine to keep in. Like, you don't need the Seek New Knowledge by any means, so yeah. There's the deck list, guys. Very fun. Oh, Greyhaven's Navigator was really good. I like how, like, the best creatures ended up being just commons. And when I say best, I mean, I know Arwen's really good, and I know the Celeborn the Wise was good too. But, like, the real MVPs that really let the tempo, like, the game against control, the Flash was essential. Absolutely essential, because they board wiped, and then we flashed this down, and they didn't have anything, so yeah, I don't know. Saruman's Trickery is really good too, man. And especially in like a tempo build, getting the extra orc can really come in handy. Whereas the control builds that are running the Trickery obviously use the orc as a chump blocker. We're actually using it for extra damage, so really good counterspell. Again, though, if you don't have it and you're brand new to Arena or something, then that uncommon wild card could be hard to come by. So just your counterspell of choice would totally be fine. It would work all right, you know what I mean? Probably want to choose a 3-mana counterspell, one that actually fully counters, not like a utility counter. But yeah, something that fully counters instead of Trickery would be fine, but I think Trickery is just really, really powerful. That's it, guys. I know I'm kind of rambling at this point, but yeah, the 4th slip out the back is probably necessary for what we saw today, and what you drop is up to you. You could drop 1 Deliberation, you could drop a Celeborn, maybe 2 would be fine. I think the 3's worth it though, for sure. Or dropping like 1 of the Bronze Walrus. I think 3 of these would be fine for sure. So yeah, cool, man. Oh, the Crystal Grotto came in handy. Like the extra scry on this while the Arwen was down was really cool. I wouldn't cut the Crystal Grottos. If anything, down to 1 if you do end up upgrading the lands, right? And then of course, you can successfully go up the legendary lands, except maybe the island one, depending on what you do with the Consul's Deliberation. Again, you need that island for the 2nd draw, and Arena does like to punish. So, so even if you have like 10 islands, there's a good chance that you're not going to see one when you actually have a couple Deliberations in the grave or something. So, all right, guys, I hope you guys have been enjoying the Alchemy builds. I have been, and yeah, we'll do one every now and then throughout the summer until the next set releases, because the next standard set isn't till what, like September? That's so far away, man. Like, we gotta have... That's a lot. So changing things up over here in Alchemy sounds fun to me, man. And the Lord of the Rings cards are so cool. Like, they're really, really cool. So. Okay, enough rambling, guys. Hey, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions for real. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.